Friends, this here is Billy Bob Ravioli down here at Billy Bob Ravioli Fiat, where you can get a real Octane discount on a real Octane car from a real Octane. That's right, you whooped our butts in World War II, and you can do it again right down here at our VE Day clearance sale. So come on down to Billy Bob Ravioli Fiat, where you can get a free piece of pizza with every Fiat you buy. That's right, a free piece of pizza. Come on down to Billy Bob Ravioli at 1175 Via del Roma, right near Junction 8. Tell them Billy Bob sent you. Arrivederci.
Hey kids, it's time for Mr. Winky's Winky World. Today's show is brought to you by the U.S. Army. The Army, be all that you can be. And now let's all join in with the Winky World National Anthem. Mr. Winky, Mr. Winky, we love you, we love you. We will do as we're told, and buy whatever you've sold. Word of honor, word of honor. Mr. Winky, do-re-mi, do-re-mi. We will always pay our dues, on time and not by check. No checks. Cash only. Hi, kids.
Hi, Mr. Winky.
Well, those of you who paid your Winky World dues this week are going to be in for a really great show. But some of you, including Bobby Richards of 1175 Via del Roma and Sally Gorman of 379 Ascot Terrace, will have to turn off their TV sets right away because they didn't pay their dues this week. And little Stephen Upshot of Pasadena made a big mistake by breaking rule number 1 in the Winky World Constitution. And what's rule number 1, kids?
No checks!
That's right. And not only did little Stephen's daddy send Mr. Winky a check, but he sent Mr. Winky a check that bounced.
Woo!
So Mr. Winky had to call out the Winky World Goon Squad, and now little Stephen will never eat solid food again.
Yay!
And as a reminder to all of us, let's recite the Winky World Constitution with some help from our very good friend, Commander Courteous. Commander?
Thank you, Mr. Winky. At my command,
No checks!
Zwei,
Go for it!
drei,
Rejection is good!
vier,
No checks!
fünf,
No checks!
at ease.
Thank you, Commander Courteous. Remember, Commander Courteous will be back later on in the show to demonstrate the workings of the new Uzi submachine gun. And also, Sammy the Bear will lead us in some Winky World aerobics, and Funny Bunny will bring us the latest news and info from the Mr. Winky newsletter. And also, we'll be having a special visit from the KKK.
Boo!
Now, kids, you know that in Winky World, we don't condone the beliefs of the KKK. We think a man should be judged not by the color of his skin, but by how far he can spit a wad of tobacco juice. And I hope you've all been practicing with your genuine Mr. Winky chaw. It's only $8.95 if you order now. And remember, what's rule number 1?
No checks!
That's right. Well, to start off today's show, let's go to an episode of The Space Adventures of Johnny Bucko.
Yay!
In this segment, Johnny and Biff are trapped in Dr. Weenie's notorious Puffy Palace. Will they escape in time to rescue Princess Yummy? Let's find out.
Say, Biff, you see the new Quiet Riot video?
Not me, Johnny. It's full of satanic devil worshipping.
Not to mention hot chicks in leather skirts.
Speaking of leather, how was your date with Princess Yummy?
Not too good, Biff. I took her to the Star Bar, but she didn't seem to enjoy the show.
Oh yeah? Who was playing?
Miss Katrina and her...
Jeez it, Johnny, here comes King Hormone.
So, Johnny Bucko, will you give me a battle plans that the rebels stole from my death asteroid?
Never, King Hormone. You forget who I am. I'm Johnny Bucko, the greatest starfighter to ever cross the galaxy. Nothing you can say will make me give you those plans. You'll have to torture me. You can torture me with the snakes of planet Grisella. You can stab me with the poison needles of planet Horoidoid. I'll never talk.
That's telling him, Johnny.
Besides, Biff has the plans.
What?
Seize him!
Wait a minute, let's talk about this. Besides, he's got the plan.
That's telling him, Biff. Show him what you're made of.
Is this the last of Biff LeBoink? Is Johnny Bucko such a fink that he'd let his faithful sidekick take the fall? Stay tuned to the Mr. Winky Show and find out.
Hey kids, how about that Johnny Bucko? Did you spot the alien? Well, if you did, just fill out the secret code in this week's Mr. Winky newsletter and send it on into Winky World, and you could win a free steak dinner for 3 at Bob's Round 'em Up Steakhouse out near Junction 8. Well, stay tuned, because we'll be right back with this week's Up Close segment. What?
In the rugged and bygone days of the Wild West, a man didn't always have time to shave with a safety razor. Howdy, I'm not a real cowboy, even though I play one on TV.
Okay, kids, let's get on with it. Today's Up Close segment takes us to the offices of Chester Rockefeller, sales manager of Slim Hip Dietary Products. Here's Winky World senior correspondent, Margot Johnson. Roll it, Steve.
I'll bet all of you little fat kids out there would like to lose those unwanted pounds and inches. Huh? Well, pay attention. You just might learn something. Chester Rockefeller is in charge of sales here at Slim Hip Dietary Products. His daily routine includes many phone calls to different outlets all over the country.
I make about 40 to 50 calls a day, fishing for potential customers. You know, we really noticed an increase in demand for our fine family Slim Hip Dietary Products ever since the Karen Carpenter travesty. We here at Slim Hip sincerely believe in the message Karen left behind for us with her hit song, Let's Get Physical. These are some of the products we're allowed to sell in this area. Some of our more potent dietary medication can only be sold in Mexico. This one here is our latest breakthrough. It's called Dropaton. It's tablets of powdered rhino tusk. The Chinese have been using this stuff as a low-calorie sweetener for centuries.
So what exactly does it do?
I'm not quite sure with this one, but like most of our products, it is a legal dietary medication.
Chester's day begins around noon when he arrives at his office ready to sell his merchandise. It may take several phone calls to potential customers before Chester can make a profitable deal.
Yeah, this is Chester Rockefeller. I'm with Slim Hip Dietary Products and... Hello? Hello? Yeah, this is Rockefeller again, and... hello?
In addition to his phone calls, Chester makes daily trips to various shops around the city, making sure they're well stocked with the Slim Hip product. During the summer months when chubbos have to fit into skimpy bathing suits, many store shelves are quickly emptied of dietary merchandise. Chester takes pride in his close involvement with all aspects of selling the Slim Hip name. It is this personal touch that has made the Chester Rockefeller name known all throughout the city.
This stuff here is supposed to help you lose that flabby tissue you sometimes find between your thighs. Sometimes really fat people generate a lot of heat down there, especially if they've been walking around a lot. So, you know, like there's a woman up in Mammoth. She was jogging. She started a forest fire. It was pitiful. This stuff here is supposed to make you sweat a lot, because 4 out of 5 doctors agree that sweating a lot's good for fat people, right? Anyway, I heard that somewhere, probably on Murph. The primary ingredient here is jalapeno peppers.
After a long day's work of 3 or 4 hours, Chester heads for home, the Rancho del Cajon trailer park, where he lives with his mother. Well, kids, there you have it. And if any of you roly-polies out there got some good advice, I hope to God you use it. Because if you don't shape up, you may be dead before you're 13. This is Margot Johnson reporting from Winky World. Back to you, Mr. Winky.
Wasn't that great, kids?
Yeah!
Well, keeping fitness and good health in mind, here's Sammy the Bear with this week's Aerobics Minute.
Yay!
Okay, kids, are you ready? Let's go. Right turn. Left turn. Right arm. Left arm. Right leg. Left leg. Okay, both legs. Oh, my leg! Oh.
What? Wasn't that great, kids? Well, stay tuned, because we'll be right back with the Mr. Winky newsletter.
Yay!
That bear's got to go, I swear to God. Hey, kids! Be the first one on your block to own the new Winky World fully operational Uzi submachine gun. Terrorist a problem at your school? Not anymore with the new Uzi S-111, as used by the Israeli army. Send those Shiites running with a full clip burst at 22 rounds per second. They'll know you mean business when you show up with one of these babies strapped to your back in one of 3 color-coordinated shoulder straps reflecting the latest fashions. Don't let the bully on your block get the best of you. Instead, let him taste hot lead with the new Winky World S-111 Uzi. Accurate up to 150 yards. Available only through the Mr. Winky Show in this station. Order now. Just send $25.50 to Mr. Winky, care of Winky World. Cash only. No checks.
Hi, kids. The Funny Bunny here with the latest news and events in the Mr. Winky newsletter. First off, the Cartoon Carnival softball team cheated like crazy and beat the Winky World team by a score of 23-1. Sammy the Bear hit a home run in the bottom of the first to tie the game up, but then an error by Mr. Winky in the second inning allowed in 12 opposing team runs. I meant to do that, explained Mr. Winky. Next week will be the second annual Winky World duck hunting competition, open to all kids between the ages of 5 and 10. Shotguns and ammunition can be checked out at the Tri-County High School gym on Tuesday. But be sure to bring your mommy or daddy, as this year the Sheriff's Department will be checking all IDs. Coming up next month in Winky World, General Robert C. Fightin' Bob Bolthwaite, USMC retired, will be giving free demonstrations of torture, subversion, and hand-to-hand combat technique to all Winky World members between the ages of 5 and 10. And afterwards, Fightin' Bob will give a lecture for children on the current situation in Central America entitled Nicaragua, Crossroads to Your Monkey Bars. Those of you kids who are interested in the inner workings of a major corporation can join the guided tour of the American Business Corporation building downtown next month. The tour is open to all Winky World members between the ages of 5 and 10. For more information, contact Fujika Onesawa, care of the American Business Corporation. Stay tuned, because we'll be right back with the latest clue in our ongoing Winky World mystery game, What Did Mr. Winky Eat? And now, for the latest clue in our What Did Mr. Winky Eat contest. Are you ready? It tastes like chicken. It tastes like chicken. Those of you who think you've got the right answer, just send in $3 to Mr. Winky, and he'll mail you back an official Winky World contest entry form. Remember, you can't play unless you've got the official entry form. This is Funny Bunny saying goodbye from the Mr. Winky newsletter. Until next week, see ya!
Well, kids, welcome to Cooking with Aunt Flossie. Today, Aunt Flossie's going to show us how to make some delicious after-school treats. How have you been, Aunt Flossie?
Just fine, Mr. Winky, except I waited at the Round 'em Up Steakhouse for over an hour. Where were you?
Well, Mr. Hangover kept Mr. Winky pretty busy yesterday. How about tonight?
Don't count on it, Mr. Winky.
Well, what have you got for us today, Aunt Flossie?
Mr. Winky, today we've got some special treats that are not only delicious, but they're good for you, too. Now, this first sandwich is one I like to call the Italian Scallion. We're going to start out with a piece of fresh white bread, This can be found at any neighborhood supermarket. And on top of this, we're going to put some ravioli. And now this has to be preferably pre-cooked with a big, thick slab of onion on top. Finally, we're going to put a second piece of white bread right on top. Now, doesn't that just look delicious?
It sure does, Aunt Flossie. What else have you got for us?
Well, Mr. Winky, when I come home from a long day at Winky World, I kind of like to hang loose and relax with a good book and this next sandwich that I like to call the relaxer. And, of course, we're going to start out with a piece of fresh white bread, just like before. And on top of this, we're going to put a mixture of jelly and some tuna fish. Ooh. And vodka. And if this don't knock you out, nothing will.
Yummy.
Now, this next sandwich I like to call the A-bomb. I make up a few of these whenever I have one of those elegant potluck dinners to go to. Now, we're going to start with a piece of pure white bread. And on top of this, we're going to put 2 heaping spoonfuls of refried beans. And some hot sauce. And I do mean hot.
Yummy.
We're going to top this off with a slab of pure chocolate-flavored X-Lax.
Boy, I'll bet those elegant dinner parties of yours are really hopping after a few of these babies, Aunt Flossie.
Oh, Mr. Winky, you're such a bundle of fun.
So are you, Floss. My offer still stands for tonight.
Oh, Mr. Winky, I'd love to.
Good. You can pick me up at 7. Well, we'll be right back after this important message from Commander Courteous and Sammy the Bear.
These. Today, they're going to demonstrate the new Winky World S-111 Uzi submachine gun as seen on TV. First, load clip ammunition. Second, remove safety. Third, aim at target. In this case, a Libyan national caught sneaking contraband olives into Tel Aviv airport. Fourth, fire!
And now for the big event.
First there was WrestleMania, then there was WrestleMania 2. Finally, there's the biggest, baddest mega event of them all, Super Duper Winky Mania. See your favorite Winky World stars battle the baddest, meanest professional wrestlers on cable TV. See Funny Bunny take on the Human Blowtorch in a 2-fall match that pits Rabbit against Raging Inferno of meat and muscle. What do you have to say, Funny Bunny?
I pity the fool that thinks the Human Blowtorch can get the best of me. I'll snuff his pilot light in the first minute. I'll knock him down. I'll bloody his face, and I'll pit him again, yeah!
Human Blowtorch, our rebuttal.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll have that rabbit roasting over an open spit before you can say.
We'll be right back. C. and Flossie thrown into the ring against Suicide Sally, still #1 on the FBI's 10 most wanted list of female desperados. And Flossie, what could be going through your mind on this eve of Super Duper Winky Mania?
Well, Vince, I try to stay calm before all my big matches. That way I know I'm ready to do my best.
Useful advice, Aunt Flossie. Suicide Sally, what do you think of your upcoming match with Aunt Flossie?
The bride's going down.
C. Commander Courteous battles the Beast from the East in the garage match of the century. No time limit in this total war of wrestling revenge. Commander Courteous, you've been after the Beast from the East ever since that untasteful incident with your sister at the Winky World Christmas party.
Thank you, Vince. First, the Beast from the East was not given permission to date my sister. Second, the Beast was told to return my sister by 2,300 hours. He did not. Third, the Beast still owes me $75 for repairs done to my upholstery from cigarette burns on my '72 Ford Fairmont.
Beast, is this true?
Forget it, man. His sister was all over me. It was all I had to do to them get on the road.
Don't miss this mega bloodbath that will make World War II look like a marble game that just plain got out of hand. Super Super Duper Winky Mania! This Sunday night at the Chuck's Auto Parts Pavilion, Tri-County Fairgrounds. Opening matches at 5:30. Tickets available at all Chuck's Auto Parts or closed-circuit cable vision at the Dick Clark High School Auditorium. Super Duper Winky Mania! Don't you miss it!
Well, kids, it looks like that's all we have time for today. Oh. But don't worry, tomorrow we'll have another great episode of Mr. Winky's Winky World. I'll be showing you the day in the lives of some Las Vegas showgirls. Aunt Flossie will be teaching us all how to post bail in Nevada. Funny Bunny will go scuba diving at the Great Barrier Reef. Commander Courteous will show us how to give mouth-to-mouth to a rabbit. And Sammy the Bear's cousin Leon will be catching wild ponies in Colorado. Until then, Mr. Winky, he loves you, he loves you. He hopes you've enjoyed your stay in Winky World today. Swear to God, little kitties, see you later. Mr. Winky's got to go. He's got a date to keep at Ed's Bar. Bye, kids. See you tomorrow.